So I think everyone in the gym, or at least in the fitness realm, has injured themselves at one point or another, and a big question you have to ask yourself is, what do I do? What do I do? Especially in terms where it's a muscle that you hit a lot, and you kind of need that. For example, like my forearms I've recently had injured, my elbows I've had injured in the past, and those are kind of big ones where you don't want to stop because you don't want to stop progressing or lose what you have. But then again, you don't want to continue because you don't want to make the injury worse and potentially risk having to recover for longer. And there are a few things I've learned. And it's hard to do. Like, there's things that I think we know. Like, all these videos I talk about, all these concepts, I think we all know them deep in our heads. But to conceptualize them is one thing. It's like, I know what I know, but to practice what I know is completely different knowledge. So I would highly recommend not doing nothing unless it's like really, really bad injury, like you completely tear the muscle from the bone. It's likely you don't have to stop and you don't have to lose what you already got. But it is going to take patience, and it is going to take some discipline. Because what I would recommend is dropping the weight significantly. Drop that weight until you can't feel that injury anymore. And then I would recommend slow reps, so 5 seconds up, 5 seconds down. I also recommend isometrics. Isometrics have done amazing and show amazing things in studies towards recovery, especially like in joints like knees and elbows. Isometrics are really good. So one thing I like to do is maybe 5 seconds concentric, 5 seconds isometric, and 5 seconds eccentric. And do a few reps of those, super lightweight, with a weight that you're not going to feel it. You don't want to feel it, the injury. You want to be able to move freely. Obviously, if you're feeling it, try weightless. And if you do it weightless, that's where we have to look into other options because you're pretty injured at that point. But I recommend dropping the weight significantly. Find a weight that you could do or a movement you could do without any pain, without hurting the injury, and start there. And then slowly build back up. So just like we talked about the other day, just progressive overload and bring that muscle back to speed. A lot of times we injure ourselves and maybe we'll take a little time off. Maybe we'll take a week or a month and then we jump right back to the weight we were going. And maybe the injury didn't heal and now we're reopening it, or it did heal, but we're going back to the same weight we did, and so it's not very likely could have decayed the strength we had. So that's where don't stop if you don't have to stop. The body is an amazing machine, and it is meant to do with recoveries. Like in terms of studies, I think over the past 100 years, with a lot of studies, we're learning that we thought we knew best when we didn't. For example, like with ice on injuries, we thought it was helping when really it was slowing down the recovery. Ice slows when the body knows how to recover. And they tell you not to move when really studies are starting to show moving actually really helps recover. The body is a wonderful machine and it doesn't want to stop. So don't stop. Lower it, slow it down, do what you gotta do. Keep rolling, but then build back up to where you were. Injuries can be a tough mental game, but if you come at it with the right mindset, it could be really valuable. Like, you're able to focus more on other muscles, or you're able to really focus on the form and realize what you were doing wrong, learn from your mistake, take it with a good mindset, because injuries are no fun. If you start having that negative mindset with the injury, then it's likely you're going to not do what's necessary to get back to where you were quickly and effectively. Injuries are pain. I mean, I'm still dealing with few, And the reason I'm dealing with a few is because I have a hard time bringing that mindset into it and doing what's necessary. So, on that note, unfortunately, my knee injury is wanting to come back. I'm going to do exactly what I talked about today. 5-second concentric, 5-second hold, and 5-second eccentric. And do reps of that with my cable machine for my legs. Do some leg curls, some leg extensions, and go from there. Easy stuff, light stuff, but it's not nothing. So I am still in the line of progression, and that's what we want. So let's get it.
make it easier to say that there's just one thing on my mind, and I think it's time for you to realize I want you all to myself. Don't wanna share you with nobody else. So give me something to believe. Will you promise me? Will you promise me? Will you promise me? I am not a stranger to excuses. Burned me once or twice, I expect them. I just wanna know what your truth is. Will you be the one to break me out of this? I want you all to myself. Don't wanna share you with nobody else. So give me something to believe. Will you promise me? Will you promise me? So give me something to believe. Will you promise me? Will you promise me? Will you promise me? Will you promise
Oh, well, that's it. That's the cut. That's the workout. Pretty sweet. Oh, it's been fun. But it's time to get big again. It's time to push some heavy weight again. And time to get some calories into me, recover, learn more, grow more, know the game. It's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be awesome. And I'll catch you guys in the bulk.